right, so looks like I got redirected to another site.
Which is fine.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting Girls Everywhere by making a gift to Girls Who Code.
Is it a gift or is it a donation? That's kind of weird term to use.
Join us by making a gift today. Programming and our incredible sisterhood because you can teach girls code. All right, want to know more about our Girls Who Code at home programming? Click here. So I would never put a link. If someone's ready to donate money, I wouldn't want to distract them by clicking here to go somewhere else. Unless it's a pop-up, which let's check out.
Because on that right side,
oh
wow, page not found. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's not good. The 404 pages is kind of a fun opportunity to have fun with the brand, like put a cool little image there, like a funny little quote.
And then it could show the girls like, we're coding this right now. We'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops.
We're coding it right now.
You know? Yeah, exactly. But here it also on the right-hand side, it does have questions that are kind of there. So I feel like that does what that sentence is like, want to know more. Well, in that right-hand column, that information seems to be there. So I don't know the purpose of that sentence. So what does my donation go to? Can my company sponsor? How can I contact? Like,
yeah, because they're here to donate, but now you're trying to educate someone on this home programming. Which I really feel should be more informational on another part of the site, maybe under the services, right? Or programs.
And is that like a specific program? So am I donating to Girls Who Code, or am I donating to a specific program about home programming now? So that actually confuses me.
And the font's really small here compared to this other font. So just typography. Again, I think because it's going to this third party, sometimes that's what happens. Your brand, like you can tell it looks different. It looks very different in feel than the original site. So like it's important, again, if you are going to use third parties, typically they give you opportunities to do custom coding to match the brand best they can. But at the very least, you try to make the typography be similar. All right. So how often would you like to donate? Time, monthly? Oh, let's say it's easy. Dedicate my donate to someone. Okay, so all the information's there. Would you like your employer to match? All right. So you got your information, pretty standard. Payment options.
It's a lot of stuff to do, but I think that they're not really in control of this form because they're using a third party. But ideally, you kind of want to go through a step-by-step process where you're giving like their email first, the amount they want to donate, then they're kind of led to the payment information or that additional stuff. But also, if you're using a third party because you need to, then just run with it.
Yeah, if they can try to make it more like an application where you take it in very step-by-step
bite-sized chunks.
Yeah, because then it can look overwhelming when people scroll, and then what happens is like, oh, you know what? This will take me 20 minutes, but really may only take 7. You're like, I'll do it later. So now you
don't come back.
Now you lost that person, and then life gets busy, right? Even though the intent was there. So when someone's at peak intent, you want to make it very easy for them to fill this thing all out right away. And I'm trying to think here, what does my donation go to? I think that's a question that should be here. Like, here's how we're gonna use your donation. Thank you for making a gift.
Yeah,
but it says it here.
Let's see.
It's very small.
It's also pretty generic. Reach more girls, find and train volunteers, create a curriculum, new programs. There's some donation sites, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but where it's like $250 will help us put one girl in a program. $50 will help us buy her supplies or whatever, I like having some kind of tangible thing that I'm getting for the dollar amount. And I think that compels people more, because if they're kind of emotional about this, it's that, oh, well, $50 will buy books, but for $250, I could put a girl through the program. Like, I'd be more incentivized to put a girl through the program for a higher amount. Whereas you're just asking me to choose an amount, and it's like, okay, I'll give $50, like whatever, or I'll give $100. Whereas it's like $250, I'm like, oh, actually, I want to put a girl through that and I want to feel good about that. I think that adding some kind of tangible thing that they get for that money and what they're donating to is a really powerful motivator to get a higher donation per person.
Yeah, if they could, this drop down right here, Quinn, if they had another one maybe underneath here, is like, how would you like to make your donation? But then she's like, how would you like your donation used? And then the drop down is like, put a girl through a program. Or then if they click the outcome, right? Like, let's talk about the outcome first. It then says, oh, well, we recommend $100 or $250. So it aligns. Or you can even, in the drop down, you can even have like the name dash 250. So they see it. Or if you can't do that, have just a list, if you can, list buttons or options, kind of like check mark to say, how would you like your money used? The fact that they just can say, I want to put it towards going through the program versus doing volunteers. That money might still go to volunteers. They don't know that, but it feels good to say, you know what, I chose this. Hopefully they use my money for that. So just giving people the option versus just making it a blanket approach will help compel people to feel like they had a purpose with intent.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, that's it for this page, but it's better than most that we've seen. So.